John Airy here with AintItCool.com, and last night I had the opportunity to watch Prometheus, and I really enjoyed it. But the review I cut afterwards, I wanted to make sure I didn't spoil anything for anyone. So in some ways it's a little milquetoast. I wasn't able to get into some of the plot points that I thought were really interesting, or had I had some of the plot points I had problems with. So that's why I'm making this video right here. So if you don't want anything spoiled, if you haven't seen the movie, stop watching now. You can watch my unspoiler review here. But if you don't mind having things spoiled for you, or you've already seen the movie, keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to assume you've seen Prometheus, or you don't mind having things spoiled for you. Cool. Okay, well that gets us to our first topic, and that is the marketing campaign, which spoiled some of the big plot points I felt like in the film. Now, this is a good thing for Prometheus, because even with things like having the mission of the ship being revealed in the trailers.
We're not stopping anything, Shaw. We're going home.
Yannick, if you don't stop it, they won't bring you home to go back to.
Or the fact that the ship crashes at the end of the movie. These are all plot points that definitely deflated some of their potency when you see them happen in the movie. But there's enough meat on the bone here where Prometheus rises above that. And while those plot points were spoiled, and I thought they were fairly major, it's still worth watching. One scene that wasn't spoiled, and that was the Medbay abortion, which I thought was definitely the horror highlight of the movie. And going into it, you're thinking, this is an Alien prequel, there's going to be some gnarly stuff here. And this was the gnarliest of the gnarliest as far as the Alien movie franchise goes. I mean, this thing was intense. One of the main characters is impregnated with an alien fetus that is growing rapidly inside her, and she has to get it out, and she has to run away from some people, and she goes into this this pod that performs surgery on people, and she's totally awake while this thing is slicing her open, and this alien thing comes out and it's all wiggling around. It was awesome, it was scary, and I loved it. And yeah, I almost wish the movie had like 2 or 3 more scenes just like that one that were just messed up. Oh, it was great. It was great. So yeah, I really dug that scene. Another scene that'll have people talking, that's the xenomorph birth at the end of the movie. Now we see the genesis of what we know as the alien from all the Aliens films. This is the first time it rises from the body of one of the dead engineers. And it was kind of cool to see, but it didn't really work for me. And I think the main reason is, in the original Alien, you just see glimpses, or the longer shots. The alien would be covered in shadows, and it was very mysterious, and it was scary. And here you get a full-on CGI, beautifully rendered shot of this little baby alien thing, and it's cool to see, but it felt like fanboy service to me. Like Ridley Scott was like, people are coming in to see an alien, by gosh, I'm gonna give them an alien. And they did, and it was kind of cool to see. And I understand how it sets up that moon as the setting for Aliens, and that's great and stuff, but a little more subtlety, I think this scene deserved. And I love the ambiguity of the ending with the spaceship flying off. And that's been one of the hallmarks of these movies, and I think that would have been kind of cool here to see a little bit more restraint with this scene. It's probably minor, doesn't really affect the overall picture. It was just something that really bothered me. Another thing that really bothered me, there are some big old plot points here, some huge plot holes that you could drive your space truck through. The crew didn't make any sense to me. Whoever hired these folks did not know what they were doing. Like for instance, the geologist, the kind of cool looking guy with the shaved part of the head with the tattoo, he freaks out. Like the first bit of archaeology that they find, the dead alien bodies that had been there for like 2,000 years. He freaks out and he wants to go home and get out of there. Like, come on, you're a professional, you're there for the money, and he turns into a big whiny baby really quick. That just seemed really odd to me. Then you have his biologist buddy who, you know, the first encounter with any kind of alien creature, he's like, oh, cool, I can pet it. That's awesome. No, you can't pet it. It's like a giant snake, cobra, alien thing. And in turn, you know, we get a really cool kill scene here, but it just made no sense. And then you have the whole scene with the Shaw character. She's running around trying to escape the people who are trying to put her into cryogenesis while she has this alien baby in her belly. Like, is it really that hard to find somebody on this spaceship? And why is it so hard for you to put Shaw under? I mean, it's like a shot, right? And then you put her in this pod and then she sleeps through it. Like, why is that so hard? And why does it take you so long to find her? And did no one think to look at that alien that they pulled out of her belly? They just left it in the pod and they're like, ah, that's cool. We'll get to it later. Not a big deal. It's only a new form of life that was living in somebody's body and rapidly generating and turning into like a space human alien hybrid thing. No big deal. We'll get to it later. What? Come on. That's nuts. I don't know. There are a lot of these sorts of plot points, and they're sort of, well, they're really annoying. But luckily, the film is based more on ideas than dumb plot points. And I feel like the sum of the parts are much greater than these huge gaping holes. Now, you know, I forgive them, but I don't forget them. And I can live with them because the rest of the movie is so good. So yeah, maybe it's nitpicking, but they're pretty big plot points and they're pretty big script problems that definitely took away from my enjoyment of the movie. Oh, also, what's up with security? Like, they're just like, hey, biologist guy that's been missing for a while, you don't look infected, you should come aboard, even though you're like in this alien yoga pose sitting outside the ship. Yeah, you look fine, don't worry, come on in. Come on. And finally, a lot of people talk about the unanswered questions. This film didn't answer all the questions, and I don't think it should. I don't want everything given to me on a silver platter. I want to be able to debate some of these topics with my fellow geeks, like you and I could do right here about the star charts. Why would the aliens make these star charts that lead back to a secret military base? That makes no sense. I love that this movie has created space for people to talk and discuss the different plot points and why Shaw may or may not be the space jockey. I think that is really, really great. And I don't want to see it spoiled by a sequel or someone coming in and saying, oh, by the way, here's everything wrapped up with a bow. Here you go. You know, that's one of the cool things about the movie. And I think that's one of the neat things that'll keep the movie enduring over a long period of time. Unless they make a sequel, which I don't want to see, even though I love this movie. Loved was a little strong. I really like this movie. Let's say that. Well, those are my thoughts, my spoilerific thoughts on Prometheus. What do you think? Leave your comments below and keep checking back in with ain'titcool.com for more news and reviews. I'm John Airy.